Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to That's Football. We're live. It's an exciting evening. It's the first midweek fixtures of the Premier League. In a few weeks' time, this will be boring. Oh, Premier League midweek fixtures. But it's the first set of Premier League midweek fixtures. They're all on BT Sports in the UK, if you live in the UK as well. So, exciting evening. And if you're into your fancy Premier League and everything like that, it's going to be good fun. So, we'll have you updated across everything. Very much glad to have your company on the show tonight. How are we all doing? So our featured game will be Chelsea visit to Southampton, which will be 7:45. But there are other games going on which really wet the whistle, should I say. Because we've got Brighton playing away against Fulham. 7 minutes that game kicked off. And they can go top of the league if they win. Crystal Palace and Brentford kicked off as well. 0-0 in both those games at the moment. And Leeds play Everton at 8 o'clock. Massive game for Everton that. Can they get something out of it? So, look, welcome to the show. Get involved. And I think we are very close to 750,000, which has been lovely to hit as well. Random IT guy is off tomorrow. Welcome and thank you. There we go. You're welcome, mates. And enjoy your day off tomorrow. Start, stop. There we go. Let's get that reset there. So, how are we all doing? Chelsea against Southampton. I should be able to get you the starting lineups on the screen for you now. Let me just get that going. Live side data graphics. Start. There we go. So, Southampton against Chelsea. Live league table, which will update as it stands. There are other games going on as well. So, as I have one TV screen on, I'm hoping my Sky Go is going to work so I can keep another screen on. I don't necessarily need it right now, actually, because I've just realised that the other game, Everton, doesn't kick off until then. We'll have stats going for you as well, as you can see. Those will update as the game goes on. And we should have the team news coming in for you, but even if we haven't, I will go and get it for you now. Shamone. So Southampton played reasonably well against Manchester United at the weekend, but were just a little bit short of firepower. Basuna, Walker-Peters, Bella Kotchup. Watch out for Bella Kotchup. I was really impressed with him against United. Salisu, Peru, Ward-Prowse, Lavia, Armstrong, Diallo, Alianisi and Adams. Pretty much the same team that they picked against United. And then Chelsea, Mendy, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Mount, Sterling, Havertz, Ziyech. Reece James must have an injury because he's not starting and he's not on the bench. So no place for Reece James. And they've gone with the midfield of Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho and Mount. Kovacic is back on the bench. Kepa, Pulisic, Brojo, Chilwell, Gilmore, Vale and Ampadu. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, I think that Hudson-Odoi has gone on loan to Leverkusen, hasn't he? So I think Chelsea to me still look. Reece James is ill, says Jake. Thank you very much. Chelsea to me still look a little bit vulnerable. I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are on that, but yeah, I think they're a little bit vulnerable. I was saying this on TalkSport the other day. They feel a bit like it doesn't feel like it's Tuchel's third season in charge, basically. It feels like they're a new team, and it's very weird to have that when you've got a manager that's been there a while, and they're looking like a new team. So yeah, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting to see how this is going to work out for Chelsea this season. But I still think Tuchel's vulnerable because they've got a new manager a new owner spending a lot of money. So yeah, let's see how it works out. Right, I'm just going to whack a tweet out here. Join in the match chat and we'll do a little poll for you in a minute. I would suspect most people will go with a Chelsea win, but I do think if Southampton had a Danny Ings still, they'd be a threat in a game like this, but not having a goal scorer was really their problem against United at the weekend. They just didn't have anyone. Apparently Sergio Dest had initially rejected a move to Manchester United, but now is thinking it over. Interesting. It's coming from the Times as well, so there might well be something in that. We'll have to wait and see. But it'd be nice for United to get a right back in. I wouldn't be opposed to that, to be honest with you. Wouldn't be opposed to it at all. Hi, Mark. Your thoughts on Cucurella, Chile, Koulibaly, Fofana, Vardiel? Rate this defence out of 10. Dennis from Russia. Peace. Hi, Dennis. I like Vardiel. I like Koulibaly. I think Fofana's a good player. I think Cucurella's a good player. You've spent a lot of money on your defence. I'd be a little bit worried if I was a Chelsea fan of how much money you've spent on your defence, because does that indicate that you're going to be very defensive? I think that's sometimes the problem with Chelsea fans, is that they feel that Tuchel is a little bit defensive. So maybe that's something to be concerned about. I don't know. But yeah, they're all very good players. It's funny because he's buying a lot of defenders, but he's playing a back four. Do you think he'll go back to a back five when he actually has got the players to play in a back five? I don't know. Right, let me get this. Michael Oliver is the referee in this game, if you're interested. I want to go to sports, please. Not my volume off. Yeah, I've got Fulham Brighton on as well, and I will let you know what's going on in that. That's really good. That's much better than my TV. That much better. The definition on my little iPad is much better than on my TV. To be honest, though, I think I've had that monitor for too long. It needs to go in the bin. Right, let me just get the timer up on the screen for you. Boom, shakalak. Fancy Premier League team. As I remember it, I've got Mendy in goal, Cucurella, so he's playing. I've got Nathan Collins at Wolves. They're not playing tonight, are they? Who's my right back? I'm playing three at the back, and I can't remember who it is. Ben White. Midfield: Odegaard, Salah, Rodrigo, and I always forget my fourth midfielder. I'd have to check. I'll have to check for you now. I know my front three is Tony. I've took Anthony out and I've put Tony in, and I've got Haaland captain and Jesus. Who's my other midfielder? Kulusevski. Yeah, Kulusevski. So my team's Mendy, Cucurella, Collins, White, Salah, Odegaard, Kulusevski, Rodrigo, Tony, Haaland, and Jesus. And Haaland is my captain. But I'm not doing very well. I need a good week. I need a very good week. What do you think of Milinkovic-Savic? Big support from Serbia, says Uros. I love Milinkovic-Savic, but he just keeps getting linked to everybody and never leaves Lazio. And it's been going on for too long. I'd like to see him come to the Premier League. I'd like to see him go to a bigger club than Lazio, but it just never seems to happen, does it? There you go. What's your points total, Goldbridge? I'll tell you what my points total is. I'll tell you my points total now. How do I find my points total? Let me just go. Let's go here. My points total at the moment is 227, which, you know, it is what it is. Martin Milinkovic-Savic plays for Lazio, yes. Haaland's playing against Forest tomorrow night. So we're doing another watch-along tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's games are a little bit more spread out. So tonight, I'm loving this week. We can watch all the games in the UK. This is what it should be like at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Early shot for Southampton there from Elyonisi, but it's straight at Mendy. Good save by Mendy. Get those save points up. 0-0 between Fulham and Brighton. They've been playing for 15 minutes, and then Crystal Palace and Brentford. That's what I was actually saying to you. There's a lot of football going on tonight, but Crystal Palace and Brentford kicked off at 7:30. Fulham and Brighton kicked off at 7:30. 0-0. Southampton Chelsea has just started, which is our featured watch-along. That's been going at 7:45, and then Leeds and Everton kick off at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night's watch-alongs will be starting a little bit early because we're going to cover Arsenal Villa, which kicks off at 7:30. Bournemouth Wolves kicks off at 7:30. Man City Forest kicks off at 7:30. Then you've got West Ham Tottenham at 7:45 and Liverpool Newcastle. Now tomorrow night, as tonight, I will be keeping an eye on the other games. But tomorrow night, I'll be really keeping an eye on 2 games because Arsenal Villa will be the featured game because it starts first. But to be honest, West Ham Tottenham's an interesting one, as is Liverpool Newcastle. So an interesting couple of nights of football on That's Football. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and please share the video and get involved. Who's your player of the month for United? Mine's Varane, but I've chosen Martinez just to shut up the media. Yeah, I agree, Lars. Varane for me is the logical one, but yeah, I would have gone with Varane. Mark, do you think Erik Ten Hag has been backed? If 5 starters and humiliating themselves for Frankie de Jong isn't backing, I don't know what is, says Skeng. And would you rather see your team play boring defensive football and grind out trophies or play exciting high-scoring football with just fall short, says Tila. We want to be entertained. I watched The Gladiator last night. You want to be entertained. Good pace to this game, though. It's a better game than the first 5 minutes is a much better game than United. I don't know whether that's because Southampton are feeling a little bit more confident, but I really like Bella Kotchap. So these teams that go round, they are the starting teams. If anyone gets a yellow card, you'll see a yellow. If they get a goal, a ball will go on their shoulder. If someone gets subbed on, they'll have an arrow underneath their number. So this is all interactive on That's Football this year. We've basically got all this stuff for the World Cup that's coming up, which is going to help. But it will work brilliantly with the Premier League and the Champions League watch-along. So the league table is updated as it stands, I believe. So you should start to see things like Brighton, 5 games, but they're currently playing. So they have got 11 points right now because they're drawing. But that could change if they win. They'd still have 5 games, but they'd have 13 points. So it's an as-it-stands league table for you there. Man United playing Leicester tomorrow. Whoa, 3 points in the bag. Get in, Leicester. 3 points in the bag. 3 points in the bag. I'm joking. Thoughts on City looking to buy Akanji? I think they're looking to buy Akanji because they're looking to buy, a centre-back to give them a bit of cover. Do they need it? What have they got? Laporte, Stones, Diaz and Aki. Do they really need Akanji as well? Are they going to move somebody on? I don't know. Tomorrow night, United playing Thursday night, don't they, by the way? Yeah. Right. I've just reminded myself of something that's actually quite important. Could be a late deal for Manchester United with Dest and Mounier both available on loan. Lots going on. Last couple of days of the transfer window. If we've got any Arsenal fans watching, by the way, I am a little bit surprised by the lack of movement by Arsenal so far. Next sack prediction. Well, let's do a poll. Next sacking. This is what we're here for. So we'll go Lampard. I love doing the polls. Oh no, I've done it. I've messed up. Lampard or no. We'll end that one. Yeah, I love doing the polls on this channel. They were born on That's Football, and I love doing them. So I like doing the little tournaments as well that we used to do at half time, but it's hard to think of any at the moment. Right. Next sacking. Gerrard. Lampard, Rodgers. Give me a 4. Give me a 4. Who would be the next one to get sacked? What's the league table looking? Wolves. Oh, I didn't see the league table. Who do you think? Who do you think next? Moyes. I don't think Moyes would get sacked. Oh, you know what? I've spelt his name wrong, but we'll go with Hassenhut. We'll stand by David Moyes. We'll stand by David Moyes. We'll stand by David Moyes. Good start by Southampton in this game, though. It's been... I was tempted to put Tuchel in there. Buy AFC on TV this weekend. Currently, Bury FC want a merger, but fans divided. Want AFC to be a standalone. Any opinion to who loves orange soda? Sorry, Bury AFC are on TV this weekend. Currently, Bury FC want a merger, but fans divided. Want AFC to be a standalone. Any opinion? I'm not going to stick an opinion on something that's as important as that to those Bury fans, to be honest with you. It sounds interesting, but I'm not going to do it. Because it pisses me off when people start going, I don't know why you don't want the Glazers. They've spent money. Oh my God. This is breaking news. We are 200 subscribers away. 200 subscribers away. That's wrong in the top corner, by the way. We're 200 subscribers away for the third time from, wait for it, 750,000, which is 750,000. This is a number, but it's a significant number in the growth of this community. Because 750,000 is 750,000. Quick maths, Bridge. So please do subscribe. We should hit it tonight. Share that video. Well, we might not hit it tonight. We might not have any newbies. So if you have subscribed, please share the button. There's a share button. You can share it on your socials. Get some newbies in. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Your thoughts on Havertz? Is it Timo Havertz? Says Ahmed. I've always been a fan of Havertz, to be honest, and I have always been a fan of Havertz, but I don't think the Chelsea team at the moment is working particularly well. I tell you what's quite interesting about this Chelsea team tonight. And if we've got any Chelsea fans watching, please jump in. But the thing that's got me interested tonight about Chelsea is that the lineup includes Ziyech. Well, I thought Ziyech was going to Ajax. Why would you start a player that's going to Ajax or is available to leave? Big up Mark, says EJ. So, Chelsea fans, I just find you very confusing at the moment. I find you very, very confusing. I don't think your midfield's as strong as it should be. I know Kante's injured and Kovacic is only coming back, but I don't think your midfield's strong enough and I don't think your attack's strong enough. I don't think you're going to challenge for the title this year. Do you think if City win the UEFA Champions League, it will make Pep more or less likely to extend his contract? Says Record Ralph. I thought he'd already had. Oh, he's not going to Ziyech. Sorry, he's not going to Ajax. It's off. It's official. Oh, James is calling me a fool. Oh, sorry, James, for not being a fucking Chelsea fan. I don't know. I have enough. I have enough going on, keeping up to date with what's going on with United, without knowing whether you fell through a deal with that. The deal's off. I like Ziyech, but I've got to say, look, United's summer transfer window has been chaos, incompetent, all over the place. We've probably come out with some good players, to be fair, but it's been all over the place. I think Chelsea's been very similar for different reasons. I've heard that Chelsea are looking at Zaha. I think Zaha would be a good signing for Chelsea. If I was Chelsea, I would love to see Zaha at Chelsea. I think, as I said, I think I was on TalkSport when I said this the other night. I've always felt guilty about Zaha as a United fan. I just don't think we gave him the opportunity. And I think he deserves the opportunity. And I think if you had Zaha at Chelsea, I think he'd do a decent job for you. As Brendan says, Zaha for 40 million would be a good deal. So, yeah, I'd like to see Zaha go to Chelsea, but I mean, I'd love to see Neymar at Chelsea. I don't think I'd want Neymar at Man United, which sounds odd, but I'd love to see Neymar at Chelsea. Neymar's the sort of player who is definitely world class, but I'd rather see him at someone else and see how it goes than see him at my club because we've got enough problems. Chelsea wanted to sell Ajax, wanted to loan, says Michael Craney. Yeah, please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, we're very close to 750,000, 750k. Cooker says you're a closet Chelsea fan. I'm a closet Spurs fan. I'm a closet Arsenal fan. I'm a closet Liverpool fan. I'm a closet Chelsea fan. Never been called a closet Man City fan. I think the obvious disdain comes through. Yeah, I'm not a closet any fan. I just like watching football. Here's Sterling. This should be a goal. Oh, he gets the first touch right. He gets the second touch wrong. It's into his feet. He takes it towards the goal. He's dead centre. It's on his left foot. It's a great first... Well, no, it's not a great first touch. He gets a little bit lucky on Salisu. who makes the mistake, but Sterling bobbles the shot, kicks it into the ground, and could have been a good goal there, but it didn't quite work out well. I'll be switching the Fulham Brighton game to Leeds Everton in a minute because I want to watch that one at 8 o'clock. We're 10 subscribers away from 750,000, so please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, get involved with the channel. If you have subscribed, please share the video, and welcome to Tuesday night Premier League football. Loving it, loving it, love it. I love it when there's loads of games going on at the same time. I love doing the dual screen. Barca wanted the low desk swap, says Jack. You know, I've got a friend, right? And you know what he does? He's got he's got his laptop there, which is what I'm looking at, and I've got my camera there. He's got 2 screens there and 2 screens there. And he will sit there on a Saturday afternoon with 4 different types of porn on. It's mad. I mean, I don't know. You don't need that much. I'm joking. He will sit there with 4 different matches on. So he's got 2 there, and then he's got his stats and everything on his laptop. Crazy. I couldn't do that. I can do 2. I could never do 4. I haven't got the energy or the coordination. We'll come back to the poll in a minute. But here's a question for the chat as well. Why have BT got every game? How come they can show every game? Anyone want to express an opinion on that? How come they can show every game? I want to know. Money, says Ryan. I know, but why? Oh, good chance for Chelsea. Cleared by Salisu. I want to know why every game on a Saturday can't be shown. It don't make no sense to me. Because to me, this is what it used to be like in COVID. Every game was on. So, will they be able to do this? Massive. Daryl Powell says they've got a massive deal. Is this just a one-off, or are they going to do it more often? Well, Mancunian Cracker says it's called a contract dummy, but we don't normally get this. This only happened through COVID. We don't normally get every game on from a game week, and every game is on. Munio or Dest, which one would you go for? Dest, Oz. Yeah. I'll go for Dest. All I'm saying is I hope it's not a one-off. It's in the contract before the season that they get a whole week of games twice in a season, just like Sky have a week of games in January and so on. It is confusing though. Oh, that's a shame. Thanks, Liam. You see, Liam's actually intelligent and calm to go and actually research it. That's what I'm saying. It's odd when you get every game on. It's brilliant, but it's odd. And yeah, I'm very glad that we do, because I like to watch football. I like to watch a lot of football, and I like to know what's going on and be able to look at the goals and the games and everything like that. So it's great, yeah. It's all about the structure at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. Do you think the Premier League should make every game available to watch on a single app? Yes, Ivan. I've said this before, Ivan, a few times. Southampton are in the box here. It's bouncing about a bit. Chelsea will get rid of it. I've said this a few times that I think there has to be a Premier League app. Like they do it for WWE. So I'd love to see it, and I would also like to see. If they don't do that, I think each individual club should be able to sell a season ticket, a virtual season ticket, so that you can buy a season ticket and watch every game on an app. That would be good. Basuna, I like Basuna, Jack, the goalkeeper for Southampton. I like Bella Kotchup as well. I mean, look, he'll probably end up being an app. He'll probably end up being like the next Phil Jones, but I like the look of him, and he looks like a very intelligent signing. Right, Pereira's got a free kick here, and then I'm going to go over to the other game. Let's close the poll. So, who's going to get the next sacking? 40% of you went with Gerrard, 27% of you went with Lampard, 29% of you went with Rodgers, 4% of you went with somebody called Hassan Hult, which is terrible spelling by me and lazy. But most of you going with Gerrard, with Rodgers second place. Well, the funny thing is, I think Lampard, Gerrard and Rodgers are all going to lose again. And when you look at that bottom of the league table, which we'll see in a minute, just waiting to see what happens with this Pereira free kick. If all games are televised, no one will watch their local. I don't bloody watch my local anyway. So yeah, Leicester have got 1 point, Villa have got 3 points, and Everton have got 3 points. So yeah, James or Trent, who would you take at Man United? Says Ahmed. I'd take James because he's not a Scouser. Simple as that. My problem with Trent is when he opens his mouth up, he's a Scouser. So no, I think Trent's world class, but I wouldn't take a Liverpool player seriously. Thoughts on Scott Parker's packing? Thoughts on Scott Parker's sacking? I don't know why I want to say packing. Scott Parker's packing. Thoughts on Scott Parker's sacking, says Liam Parker. See, it's all the P's. My thoughts on Scott Parker's sacking is this. Disgrace. Absolute disgrace. I don't get it. I really just do not get it. I think that at the end of the day, he's got a hard enough job as it is, and they shouldn't be sacking him. I suspect there's been a fallout. He's probably had a pop and said, look, we're not going to do anything this season other than get relegated. And their visions have probably not married up. But I would imagine there's been a big argument because it doesn't make any sense to sack a guy who's actually got 3 points and has lost to 3 teams you'd expect them to lose to. Oh, it should have been 1-0 there, but it's a good tackle on Mason Mount, a good cross. It's 0-0 in all the games at the moment, by the way. In a hypothetical dream, who would you rather have? Osimhen and Ronaldo leaves, or get Frenkie in this current team, says Aikshi. What? Keep Ronaldo and get De Jong? I'd do that, thanks. In India, we have apps for both Premier League and Champions League, Europa and Conference, every single game, and it's fairly priced, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. Yeah, I've said it before, it's 2022 and you still can't watch every bloody game you want to watch in England. It's a dictatorship, and actually I think there's got to be some sort of legislation that makes it illegal. I don't know why nobody's put any money into it, because it's got to be against your human rights. When the rest of the world can watch games but you can't because of some stupid rule from the 60s that makes you think that I'm going to be on a Saturday afternoon, go and watch bloody Solihull Moors when Man United are playing because I can't go to the match. It's complete shite. Do Arsenal fans go and watch Leyton Orient if Arsenal aren't on the telly? Do they bollocks? It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Don't get me started on it. It really winds me up. Southampton are on the break here. We've got no goals in any of the Premier League games so far, by the way. It's 0-0 in all of them. Some of them have been playing for over half an hour. 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Brentford after 35 minutes. 0-0 between Fulham and Brighton after 34 minutes. But it might be a first goal here. Sterling's on his own. And it's that man again. Bella Ketchup. He's magnificent. He's made a great tackle on Sterling there. I tell you, he's the real deal, this kid. He's the real deal. I really like him. He was brilliant against United, and he's done it again. I'm scouting this player. I'm telling you, he's decent. He's decent. All British coaches for the sack. Yeah, good point. Chelsea are probing, though. They're probing a lot better than United did. And they're in here. This should be a goal. Good defending. Sterling. Goal. They get it. It's 1-0. And it was coming, to be fair. And Raheem Sterling gets his second goal in 2 games. And Chelsea take the lead. It was coming. They were a bit ragged there, Southampton. And it's 1-0 to Chelsea. And he's took it well. I tell you what, all these lads that Man City have moved on, they're all doing really well, aren't they? Jesus, Zinchenko, Sterling, they're all doing good. What's Fernandinho up to? He's probably won the lottery because they're all at it and they're all doing well. They just overrun the back four here. Cucurella takes out Bella Kotchup. Saluso gets in a right mess, to be honest. It's not Bella Kotchup's fault. Saluso's weak. And then Sterling's there to tap it in, and it's 1-0 to Chelsea. So Chelsea get the goal. And to be honest with you, that might be enough because Southampton just don't score goals. They really don't. 1-0. But it's suiting Southampton so far. It's not suiting Southampton. They're losing 1-0. It's suiting Chelsea so far. They're getting a lot of space to hit in behind. And unfortunately for Southampton, they've just not got any firepower. And it's going to be the same problem that I said about Everton. If you've not got no firepower, you're gonna struggle. You're going to struggle. It's his third goal. Sorry, it's his third goal for Sterling. Sorry, see, I'm not a Chelsea fan. But they lead 1-0 after 25 minutes. What's Chelsea's season so far? They lost to Leeds. They drew with Spurs. They won their opening game of the season at Everton. And then they beat Leicester. So they're looking at 10 points from 5, aren't they? I mean, they should have beat Southampton, and the Leeds game's disappointing, but you know, they're still there. Good play, bit greedy. Southampton. The thing about Southampton is that they do like to press high up the pitch, and now the press is gone. That's a great ball. It's a lovely ball by Ziyech into Havertz. And he skins Bella Kotchup there, to be fair. I've jinxed him. What have Southampton done to their pitch, says Mike, mate? I know, it's horrible. It's a great point. What have Southampton done to their pitch at this stage of the season? It's only the third game at home. It's like a pitch in bloody January. What have they done to their pitch? Get it trending. Thoughts on my pay, Mark, says Matthew Eade. Is he playing for anybody, more pay? Ivan says 3 p.m. games aren't televised to stop stadiums emptying due to travel inconvenience. Don't care. It's diseased, the pitch. Okay. We've got diseased grass. Oh, there we go. Don't tell Klopp, says Himanshu. So yeah, first goal of the day is come in the game that Chelsea are playing, which we're watching. It's still 0-0 in the 2 games from 7:30. Crystal Palace, Brentford and Fulham, Brighton. And obviously Leeds and Everton has only just started. And it is 0-0 there. If you want to know the team news in that game, I can tell you that Leeds are starting with Meslier, Christensen, Koch, Lorente, Struch, Adams, Roca, Sinestra, Aronson, Harrison and Rodrigo. And Everton have Pickford, Patterson, Cody, Tarkovsky, Mikalenko, Davies, Onana, Iwobi, McNeil, Gray and Gordon. Again, I just don't think there's goals in that Everton team. I just don't think there's goals in that Everton team. Southampton on the attack. Ooh, good interception by Aspilicueta and he puts it out for a corner. It was actually quite good play by Southampton. There's a host of League One games tonight, Championship games. Ince's Reading, they're losing 1-0 to Sheffield United. QPR are 2-0 up against Hull. Interesting. Ishan, welcome to the Members Club. So corner to Southampton. Ward-Prowse is on it. We know he can deliver a good ball. In it comes. It's not that great. Edge of the box. Boom! Oh, what a goal! Lavia! It's fucking lava! It's fire! What a hit by Lavia! 1-1. Southampton. Have some of that. I've just realised that's bad for my fantasy Premier League because I've got Mendy and Cucurella. Thanks for that, Lavia. But what a hit. 1-1. Right on the edge of the box. He's put it right in the bottom corner. I would love to see this from behind. He's got it on the edge of the box and he's whipped it. Oh, it's a lovely goal. Mendy gets a hand to it. Should he do better? Hits it. Probably a bit fast to him. Probably a bit fast for him. And Chelsea concede again. All that work and you'd think that's it. But, well, you know, for us neutrals, it's a cracker. No Chelsea clean sheet, and I've got 2 Chelsea defenders. Fantastic. I need to change my keeper. Mendy's just doing nothing for me. I can see the ketchup guy playing for Man United. Mark says Ahmed. I'd predict Liverpool, to be honest. I'd predict Liverpool. Who's this Lavia guy anyway? He's well thought of, isn't he? He is well thought of, Lavia. Belgian, 18. Playing in the midfield at 18 for Southampton. Bought him in from Man City, didn't they? That's it. I knew him. Fucking hell. He was only 18 in January. Tell you what, Man City have got some very good youth players. Mendy couldn't save a Word document. Get rid, Mark, says Ivan. Sorry, Ivan. Thank you very much. Tuchel out, says Owain. Well, we've got some good games going on tonight. If you want to come and take a ride with me, go. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. We have hit 750,000 in the top corner. 750,000. We need fireworks for that. I didn't know it was going to happen tonight. That's a significant landmark for this channel. So thank you very much, everyone who gets involved. It's your community, of course. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Cracking game going on here. Sterling giving Chelsea the lead, and then corner from Ward-Prowse, cleared to the edge of the box, and this Lavia guy has just blasted it into the bottom corner with a bit of whip. Lovely stuff. Who do you fancy for top 4 this year, Mark, says BI? Well, it's funny, I was on the show with Ben Foster last night. I don't know whether you've watched it on his channel, The Football Fill-In, and we had Danny Aarons on, the FIFA gamer. If you know, you know. And he's a Spurs fan, and he's convinced that Spurs and Arsenal will be in the top 4 and Chelsea won't. I think it's too early to say, but I don't think Chelsea look fluid. They look like a team of... They don't look like a team at the moment. Mark, do you think Maguire is worth more than 30 million? Yes, Marvin. Yes, he is. Yeah, you should watch that football fill-in on Ben Foster's channel. I love it. I think I'm on again next week as well. So I love going on it. It's on every Monday at 5 o'clock on Ben Foster's channel. And yeah, well edited, good conversation, bit of a quiz and all that. Proper good show. I love it. You think Anthony will have a good debut for United, says Levy? Don't know. I hope so. So this Lavia guy's Belgian. He was at Man City's youth, and Southampton have brought him in. I presume Man City have got a buyback clause. Everton have scored, by the way. I've got a bit of a delay because I'm on the app, so I will tell you what happens now. God, how much of a delay have I got? Gordon again. So let's watch. They're playing quite well, Everton. Come on, if you're going to score, I'm about an hour behind here. Come on. Pinging it around the back. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's defensive error. Yeah, 1-0 Gordon. Good goal. Good goal. It was a defensive error, though. They've tried to slip. I mean, that's a big goal for Everton because they don't score many goals. And I think it's Damari Gray who picks it up in the channel. No, it's not. It's the Arsenal player. Iwobi picks it up in the channel, sees the run of Gordon, tries to play it through, Leeds defenders in the way, and for some reason lets it through him. Oh no, he's their Leeds defender. To be fair, it's just got caught under his feet, found its way through to Gordon. He's just not there. He's not looking really. He's more watching the run, and then Gordon goes through. Similar finish to the finish against Brentford, actually, through the legs of the keeper. Good goal. I don't mean he's an Arsenal player, ex-Arsenal player, Iwobi. Pink shirts for Everton, 1-0. Lampard's got his fist out, his fist in again. And there's no VAR in it, so it's 1-0 there. It's still 0-0 in all the other games, by the way. 0-0 at half-time between Fulham and Brighton, and 0-0 at half-time between Crystal Palace and Brentford, which is great. Absolutely great. I've got Tony and I've got Rodrigo. I'm going to have a shit week again. Shout out to Renate and the mods in the chat. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. So it's night 1 of the Premier League. I think night 2 tomorrow has the better games on paper, but it doesn't always work out like that. So tomorrow night we'll be live from 7:30. Arsenal playing Villa. 7:15 you've got West Ham playing Spurs. Sorry, 7:45, and then 8 o'clock you've got Newcastle Liverpool. So we'll be watching those games tomorrow on this channel if you want to tune in. But Southampton on the break again here. Shot straight at Mendy. Keep shooting straight at Mendy. He'll get me some save points. MJ Day says it's 1-0 to Everton. I don't know. Look, I've got a bit of a delay on mine, mate. If you just got 1-0 now, you are really delayed. You must be getting the scores by carrier pigeon. That Davies of Everton, he can't. He may as well. If I was the ref, I'd walk in and give him a yellow card before the game kicks off. He's always getting booked. I don't think he got booked there, but he's that sort of player, isn't he? Ziyech's just gone down injured for Chelsea, but Southampton are growing in confidence here. Goal of the season so far, says Bath. Oh, give me some contenders. I mean, St. Maximin was very good at the weekend. I'm trying to think. Jesus' goal was good, wasn't it? Against Villa. I'm trying to think. It's very difficult to rank them all because I want to forget. The Oggy, welcome to the Members Club. Sancho's against Liverpool. I like Sancho's against Liverpool, but I wouldn't give it as goal of the season so far. I think the technique on St. Maximin's was very good. Koulibaly's was good, yeah. A few people are saying Trent. Thoughts about Anthony getting number 11 shirt, says Levy. I don't know whether he's got it, mate. Trippier's free kick. Diaz versus Palace. Was a good goal. We did a watch-along for that, didn't we? Come on, Rodrigo. I need you to score some fucking goals for me tonight. I was even thinking about, for a moment, I was thinking about putting Rodrigo as captain just to be a bit, clever. He's just had a half a chance there. I think he should have bloody scored. Useless twat. It's my fault. If I put a player in my fantasy Premier League, you're basically screwed. Bruno's goal was a good goal, Man United. Sorry, I'm just going to have a stretch. I'm still here, but I didn't know what I had on. I mean, to be honest, I probably can. Sometimes I'm a bit like shy, but I probably can do it. I won't come back now. Oh, I am there. There I am. Yeah, they're all right. They're just my pyjama shorts. I'm chilling it today. Give me. You know what I'd love to do at half time? I'd love to do them quarter-final to final things, but it's hard to do at this stage of the season. Basically what we'd do is we'd start off with 8 players or 8 teams or 8 something for something, and then they'd have a quarter-final, semi-final, final, and we used to do it at half-time. Neves' goal was very good. Yeah, Sabarik, very good, yeah. But I can't think what to do it for. We could do who's going to win the Champions League. We could get 8. We could pick the best 8 teams and say they could go head to head for the Champions League. It's very early in the season to do that, though. Bella Kotchup is so class, says Harry. Yeah, I'm a big fan. We could do best signings. I like that. I like that. Who's the best? Yes. This is very good. Best signings. Yes. So who would you say has been the? We need 8 people then. So I think. We need 8 signings, so I would say Koulibaly is a good signing. I just need 8. Jesus, of course, yeah. Jesus, yeah. Casemiro's got to be in there. I think Casemiro's a good signing. I do. I'm happy to leave Anthony out because of the price. But I think Casemiro's a good signing for the price. Haaland, yeah, you got to put Haaland in there. I agree. So I've got Koulibaly, Jesus, Casemiro, Haaland. There's going to be some good players who don't get in here, so I need to get to 8. Is Cucurella? See, I put Wax and I'd put Cucurella in the Anthony camp. That I like both, but are they good signings because they're overpriced? I am very much of the opinion that, I think Sterling's got to be in there. I agree with Sterling because the price they paid for Sterling and the price they paid for Jesus and the price they paid for Haaland and Casemiro and Koulibaly are good. We're only doing Premier League. We're not, this is Premier League. We're not doing Barcelona. They've had enough. Barcelona can jog on. The only thing Barcelona about this show is the match stats colours. We're not doing Barcelona. They've stuck their nose in enough this year. Here since the Pineapple Seller, opinions on Osimhen, says PK. I like Osimhen, it just won't happen. I dropped Haaland to the bench and Tony decided to captain Gabriel. So yeah, that's how you bottle your FPL, says Citizen. Well, they're playing Forest tomorrow, aren't they? Haaland against Henderson. That should be interesting. Oggy, welcome to Members Club, and Matthew as well. Any Spurs players we'd put in? Well, he's not picked any, has he? I think Bissouma's a good signing, but he's not picked any. He's not picking him yet, so I can't put Bissouma in at the moment. I think Zinchenko's a good shout. I don't know whether he'll make it or not, but I'm willing to write him down. Nunez, can't say Nunez is a good signing at the moment. Sorry. He's very expensive and he got himself sent off. He might be, but we're doing right now. Based on signings and, I suppose what they've done, the price, everything. Paqueta. A lot of people saying Paqueta. Mark, what colour is your... I'm not reading that, Andrew Tate. Don't know what that's all about. And could we put Bella Kotchup in there? I'm happy to put him in there. I think he's looked very good from what I've seen of him. But I don't know whether he'll make the final 8. I'm not putting Martinez in there because I think the price is restrictive. Perisic. Oh, God. Rodrigo's injured. Oh, don't do this to me. Rodrigo's gone down clutching his bloody shoulder now. I think he's knocked his arm out of joint. No, it should be all right. Mark, what's your view on Glazers writing to Sky Sports not to publicise the Glazers out protest during our next home game? Do you think they are jittery? Have they really, Druv? I didn't even know that was true. Terrifying. Nick Pope's been mentioned as well. Yeah, good signing. Mark, driving with Glazers. Driving with Goldbridge with Avram Glazer, says Liam. Yeah, if you do it. A lot of people are saying Malacia. It's interesting. I thought we'd have a lot more than this. I've only got about 9 so far. Oh, fucking hell. Rodrigo's coming off and he's in my fantasy Premier League as well. Fuck. He's only been Rodrigo off and he's in my fantasy. Southampton have scored! Right on half time. Shut up about Rodrigo. Southampton have scored. It's 2-1 Southampton. I was just about to moan about something, but it's 2-1 Southampton. And maybe Tuchel is in trouble because this is amazing. They were 1-0 up and Southampton are showing what we got a glimpse of as United fans back in Saturday lunchtime, that they are not a bad side. Well, it's a goal. It's definitely a goal. I don't know where the offside might be coming in from here. I can't see an offside. He's onside. Cross comes in. Armstrong whips it in. Chelsea's defence is all over the shop. Deflects. Wouldn't have mattered. Mendy's not saving that anyway. 2-1 to Southampton. Chelsea are in trouble. They're in big trouble here. Really big trouble. The way it went in, I think Tuchel was looking like they might be looking for some sort of VAR. Well, Chelsea fans, what are you thinking here? 1-0 up, and Southampton don't really score goals. And then you're 2-1 down at half time. And to be honest, it's got the old Leeds away vibes again. But look, I watch a lot of Chelsea, I watch a lot of Liverpool, I watch a lot of Arsenal, I watch a lot of Man City, I watch a lot of Spurs. They're on telly a lot, you watch them a lot. And what's Jorginho doing here? I'd book Jorginho there. He's trying to get someone sent off because the ball hit his face. It's half time. Chelsea are... I think their midfield is in trouble, really. I think their midfield's in trouble for Chelsea. Yeah. They just look all over the shop, Chelsea. They really do. It's 2-1 at half-time. Southampton lead. It's going to be a cracking second half here because they're all over the place, as I say. And they really do need to sort things out amongst themselves, Chelsea. They're lacking cohesion. They don't look like a team. They don't. They really don't. And I think Chelsea, if they were to play a Man City at the moment, they'd get absolutely pummeled. They're lacking a lot of things and then don't look anywhere near the levels that they did last season or even the season before that. They look really, really, really confused about what their jobs are. That midfield's not strong enough. Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho and Mount, that's not strong enough. It's really not. I think they need to go back to a back five, and they need to go back to a back five quickly. They look lost in this system, and they could be looking at another bad result here on the road. Aronson from Leeds has to be on the list, says Farhad. At the start of the season, I would have thought we'd beat you this weekend. Now I'm not so sure. What's your money on, Mark? Says Alexander B. I think you're an Arsenal fan. Not sure why we play a back four with Aspie, but back five when Reece is available. Silly by Tuchel, says Max. Yeah, Chelsea fans, you're probably not completely happy. Well, you won't be happy with the start of that. I'm just going to change the channel while we're chatting away here. But yes, 1-0 up. Bad start for Southampton on paper. But the game's not played on paper. It's played on diseased grass. Because that's the problem with the pitch at Southampton at the moment. But they're worthy winners at the moment. 2-1. They deserve to be in front. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how they get back into this game, because at the moment they're struggling. And there we go, that's where I want to be. Put that on for 15 minutes. Fulham Brighton. But yeah, take nothing away from Southampton. We played Southampton at the weekend and they just didn't look like they had any firepower. But I think Manchester United, the difference between Man United and Chelsea is that we actually defended quite well as a unit. Fulham have scored. Just scored against Brighton. It's a shocking night tonight. Don't be Mitrovic. It's fucking Mitrovic. I nearly put Mitrovic in my team instead of Tony. Fucking hell. I'm giving up on Fantasy Premier League. Rodrigo's gone off with a broken arm. And I was that close to putting Mitrovic in. And I put Tony in instead. I'm an idiot. I don't know why. This is just stupidity. Absolute stupidity. Brighton just had a good chance there. Yeah, but take nothing away. Take nothing away from Southampton. They deserve to be in the front. And as I say, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd just be worried. I don't get the logic of your summer transfer window, to be honest. I mean, I think the signing of Sterling's very good. The signing of Koulibaly's very good. I can see what you're doing with Fofana, and Cucurella's a very good player. But you're spending a lot of money on players that are just not improving your midfield, and it's not improving your attack. I don't see the fluidity from midfield to attack. You know, your best midfielders are still Jorginho, Kante and Kovacic. I don't see enough attacking talent in that team. The system feels all over the place, says Jack. When Kante isn't playing, we're clueless. Yeah, I just think Timo's just scored a hat-trick, apparently, from Joe as well. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're all very welcome. Fulham are leading 1-0. It's still 0-0 between Brentford and Crystal Palace. Half-time in Chelsea-Southampton, it's 2-1. And 35 minutes gone, Leeds-Everton. Everton leading 1-0. So some really shocking results tonight. Kovacic has only just come back from injury, but Chanel is saying, why is he not playing? And your thoughts on Mitrovic? Do you think he can be a good striker? I do, Dejan. I really wish I'd just put him in my fantasy Premier League team instead of Tony. I just went with Tony over him. It's my own fault. Roger's laughing at Chelsea. As I said, I was on do check it out on Ben Foster's YouTube channel, because it's a really good show. It's got me, Danny Aarons, and Ben Foster's obviously he's the host. It's the football fill-in. It was out yesterday, but Danny Aarons, as I was saying, is a Spurs fan. And he was saying top four will be City, Liverpool, Spurs, and Arsenal, and Chelsea at the moment. I don't want to take any credit for this because I like Thomas Tuchel, but I did say new owner, throwing money all over the place. At some point, he'll go, I want my own manager as well, because Thomas Tuchel's not his manager. Thomas Tuchel was not his manager. Thomas Tuchel is the manager that he's inherited. So maybe he will he'll move Tuchel on if they don't start performing well. Romano said Chelsea's also going for Vardiel. Apparently Vardiel's coming in next summer. Good signing for Chelsea, but it doesn't solve their problems going forward. And And they're not good defensively either. They've conceded 2 goals to Chelsea. How many goals did they concede to Leeds? Chelsea's defence is all over the place. And they're spending money on the defence, but it wasn't a bad defence last season. I just think the construction of the team looks all wrong to me. I don't know. Timo scored a hat-trick in a cup game against the 4th Division team. By the way, love the collabs with you and Ben, says Victor. Yeah, check it out on the Ben Foster channel. Love doing it. Thoughts on Southampton if they get the signing of Gakpo, says Nug. Look, it's a weird thing for me because I don't normally get to watch Southampton twice in a row because I don't normally watch a lot of Southampton. But obviously I watched them play United at the weekend and now we're doing Southampton-Chelsea. And I think that the way that they've played in both those games so far is that they're a very good team to watch, Southampton. They do press high up the pitch. He's playing with 2 centre-backs that are very quick and mobile. They're going to concede goals, and I think Southampton's survival is going to be, can they score goals? I watched them play against us on Saturday, and they were a bit unlucky. They were a little bit unlucky because we won the game because we had players who can score a goal, and that was Bruno Fernandes. Brighton are pushing Fulham hard here. It's a good game between Brighton and Fulham. But tonight they found 2 goals. Southampton need goals. Chelsea are a very weirdly run club. Don't really understand their transfer strategy, says Sarang. What I would want to know if I was a Chelsea fan, because I want to know it as a non-Chelsea fan, is I want to know how involved Thomas Tuchel is in the transfer decisions. Is it Todd Bowley who's buying the players, or is Tuchel saying, go and get me Cucurella for 50, 60 million, go and get me Fofana for 80 million, go and get me Vardiel next summer? I mean, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, I don't know. Do you think Dest, Tinney, United get Dest? I think he will provide decent competition for Delo, says Raz. I'd rather United got Dest than Meunier, to be honest with you. Mitrovic does it again, says Josh. Yes, he does. They are Tuchel's requests, says Natch. Well, that'll put him under more pressure then, because there's a lot of money being spent there. Good game between Fulham and Brighton, you know. Fulham could get a very good win here. Gabriel says, for Tuchel's system, money would have been better spent on Nkunku. They've scored again. It's Andres Pereira. It's 2-0 to Fulham. Pereira scores for Fulham. Oh, my God. Pereira has scored 2-0 Fulham. What am I watching? What am I watching? This is unbelievable. It's 2-0 to Fulham. They catch him on the break. Andres Pereira plays it wide. He makes a run to the left. He gets it. Oh, no, it's an own goal. It's not Andres Pereira. It's an own goal. Sorry, I didn't see it. I saw the shot from Pereira and I thought it went in. It's a cross. Oh, my God. That's a Duncombe goal. So I saw Pereira hit the ball and then I saw him running off and I thought he'd scored a good goal. It's not a Pereira goal. It's an OG. He crosses it and Dunk slides it into his own goal. And that looks like it's a very big mountain to climb for Fulham now. 2-0 up against Brighton. They're looking good, Fulham, aren't they? They're looking good. Chelsea and United are both going through full rebuilds. Don't think we will see real progress until next season, says Threefold Path. Why are Chelsea going through a rebuild, though? It's a question. Why are Chelsea going through a rebuild? What are they rebuilding? What are they rebuilding? Like, Rudiger's gone and Christensen's gone. Tuchel's been there for 2 years. What are they rebuilding from? I don't... You know, he's not bought any midfielders. Jorginho, they've been meant to selling him for a couple of years now. Kante, obviously, is surplus to requirements. I don't understand how you can rebuild in Tuchel's 3rd season. That's what I mean. If it is a rebuild, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems a bit rudderless to me, their rebuild. Hi, do you think Malacia is more defensive-minded left-back? From online statistically, Shaw has more chances created, cross assists, etc. says Eugene. I just don't think we've seen Malacia going forward enough yet, because I think United have probably focused more on defence. That could have been a penalty there. That could have been a penalty for Brighton. He's kicked the back of the player's leg. Should have been a penalty, that. He's kicked the back of the leg. He's got to have a look at that. Should be a penalty, this. It's unlucky for the Fulham. He's going to go and check it on VAR. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty, this. If they're telling him to check it. Penalty to Brighton. It's unlucky for the Fulham defender. It's gone into the box and he's swung to kick it and he's kicked the back of the leg of the player. So it will be a penalty. I've seen this happen a few times in the Bundesliga. He's gone to clear it and the Brighton player at the last minute has stuck his foot in. And it's just very unlucky. It's very unlucky because he's going to clear the ball. His eye's on the ball and the Brighton player's gone to control it. He's got there first and he's kicked his leg. It's unlucky, very unlucky, but the letter of the law, you've got to give a penalty there. He's giving it, yeah, he's giving it. Rebuilding from an ageing squad, players leaving, flops being moved on, dips in form. When Tuchel came in, he inherited a squad in trouble that was able to win the Champions League on the new manager bounces, Jack. Fair point, Jack. Thank you very much. So, penalty to Fulham. Massive problems Chelsea have, and I know exactly what they need. It's Harry Maguire, says Nick P. It would transform their season immediately. And Shea Adams bullying 2 6-foot centre-backs. Yet there's this stereotype put on Martinez, who dealt with him excellently, says Red Devil. And most of their best players are old and need replacing, says Threefold Pass. I don't believe any of the signings before this year were Tuchel's choice. So, penalty to Brighton here. It'll make it a very interesting last few minutes if it's the case. And I'll be able to keep that one on for another 15 minutes because it'll be half time between Brentford and Everton. Leeds and Everton. Todd, if you see this, you need Maguire ASAP, says SK. I think Maguire would be a good signing for Chelsea. This could be saved. But it's a good penalty by somebody. It's McAllister. It's McAllister for Brighton. But he's not Scooby-Doo. He's Argentinian. I don't get it. I just don't get it. McAllister. Scooby-Doo. But he's not Scottish. He's Argentinian. I don't get it. 2-1 and game on at Craven Cottage. Magnificent. Wow. The Premier League. Zaha has scored for Crystal Palace. Zaha has scored for Crystal Palace. Apparently it's a great goal as well. I can't see it. Oh, mistake by the keeper for Brighton and it's nearly a goal. Mark, watch Dest's goal versus Costa Rica. World class finish. Right, I need to get this. I need to get this Crystal Palace goal on quick. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, shake it all about. Shake it all about. Come on. We do the okie dokie. Back, back, back. Oh, I can't bloody find it now. Come on. Where are you? Where are you then? Surely they'll just keep replaying it. Keep replaying it. Keep replaying it. Oh, God. I ain't going to see it now. You've missed it. I bloody missed it. Are they still showing it? Please still show it. No, I've just missed the bloody last replay, haven't I? Idiot. Just show it back for me. I was nearly there as well. Southampton Chelsea's back on anyway. Just started. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right hand corner to do it. Why is that not coming back on now? Every time. There we go. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We've hit 750,000 today. So get involved with the channel. You're all welcome on That's Football. Remember, tomorrow night we will be doing the same again, covering all the Premier League games from 7:30. Arsenal kick off against Villa in that one. In fact, we'll probably start about 7:15 tomorrow. Check Zaha's goal. I'll try and see if it's there. Good idea. I need to sort the timer out as well. Oh yeah, beautiful. Beautiful goal. Top corner whip. Chelsea need to sign him. Chelsea need to sign him. Simple as that. Do a good job. Right, let's get this timer up and running. It's half time. Everton, Leeds, Everton 1-0 at half time. Chelsea in a bit of a crisis here at the moment. What a story, Mark. I'm so happy I have you as my best friend and I love Lisa so much, says Captain Apollo. CFC, Chelsea need a rebuild because our squad is a mishmash of players suited for different styles due to Abramovich's transfer and manager policy. Well, thanks to all the Chelsea fans who are letting us know. Lovely. Nick P says, I always wondered about McAllister's background. Was it a holiday romance gone wrong or right? Is there a Scottish village in Argentina somewhere? If somebody knows about McAllister's background, send your letters in and we'll read them. We won't. Right. Crystal Palace, Brentford, Fulham, Brighton looks like a better game. Let's get that on as the second game. Chelsea looking to get goals now. Chelsea need to get goals now. Grandad is Scottish and moved over after the war, says BZ. There you go. Our outgoings this window has also been huge. Timo, Lukaku, Rudiger, Christensen, Alonso, Deadwood such as Barkley, Bakayoko, plus other players possibly looking to move. Ziyech, Pulisic. Yes, Jack, it's starting to dawn on me now that Chelsea is going through a big thing. You're a joke, Mark. What happened to best signing? We'll still do it, Lauder. It doesn't. I didn't really actually doing a half-time competition poll is stupid when there's Premier League games going on at the same time. I forgot about that. There's still games going on for us to keep an eye on. Good cross by Ziyech. Bella Ketchup gets it out with his head. Thoughts on Mourinho's job at Serie A? Roma, they're doing well, says Jat. I tell you what, he's a cracking man, that Jose Mourinho. It wouldn't surprise me if he ended up getting a big job one day. I think he's a potential Champions League winner. Get me on Talk Sport with those sort of opinions. Look, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. Just looking at their fixtures that they've had. They've had to qualify for the Europa League as well, haven't they? They had to play a qualifier, I think. Or did they? I don't know. Won their first one, won their second one, drew with Juventus. I mean, they've played some shit, to be fair. They're not playing. I mean, they beat Cremonese, Salernitana, and Monza. Not the biggest names in Serie A. In fact, two of them are in the bottom three. But the Juventus draw was impressive. I think they'll do well, Roma, to get in a title race. I still think Inter and AC are the two teams to watch in that league. But Fulham, at the moment, are looking at getting 3 very big points here. Brighton could have gone top tonight. Alien says Southampton have got this. We're in the right mindset. I think they just had a pre-season friendly against Shakhtar that confused me that they'd played a qualifier. They haven't. It must have just been a pre-season friendly. Who's the biggest away fan out of Ten Hag and United's all new signings, says Axel? I don't know. I didn't actually tell you about a substitution, did I? You've probably seen it go round the screen. But there has been a substitution for Chelsea at half-time. Because Loftus-Cheek is actually walking around with an ice pack. And he ain't walking around the midfield of Chelsea anymore. So they brought on Kovacic in the second half, which should make a big difference to Chelsea. Getting tired now. It's been a long day. If you know, you know. I'm tired because of my Italian World Cup adventures on FIFA this afternoon. Oh, that's a terrible ball by Koulibaly. Southampton don't really take advantage of it, but they might do now. Cross comes in. Oh, what a block by Cucurella. It could have been 3. It still could have been 3, but it's another save by Mendy. It should have been 3-1. Cross came in and Cucurella just gets his body in the way. And it could have been 3-1. What's going on with Chelsea's defence? It's all over the place. I'd like to say it's all at sea, but Southampton basically is on the seaside. Sorry, Mark, last chat. We're also prone to the odd injury crisis. Kante, Jorginho, Chilwell, Kovacic and Reece are quite injury prone. In short, we have got a lot of work to do. Thanks, Jack. Well, let's watch this back anyway, because Sterling's gone down injured here. Cucurella. He'd be thinking, I wish I was at Brighton. Yeah, good header. Or was it? Maybe he's got to do better. The cross comes in. I think to be fair to the Southampton player, is it Al Nasi or something? Heads it, diving header, hits Cucurella and doesn't go in. I was on Twitch this afternoon, Jake. Back tomorrow. Jamie Dean's giving Koulibaly a bit of stick. Do I like apple pie, Mark? Says Reece. I haven't had any apple pie for a long time, but I do like it with a bit of custard. Scottish people set up the first Argentinian football league with the first champions of Argentina being a team called St Andrews Old Caledonian, says Lyle. Thank you for the super chat, Lyle. I think we're talking about McAllister of Brighton, aren't we? Alexi McAllister of Brighton. Scored the penalty for Brighton today. 23 years of age. Born in Argentina. His older brothers are both professional footballers, Francis and Kevin. They are the sons of Carlos McAllister and nephew Patricio McAllister, both retired footballers. McAllister is of Irish and Scottish descent. In an interview with The Athletic, he said, I remember everyone called me Colo, which is ginger in Argentina. I don't like it much, and Messi told the teammates he doesn't like to be called Colo, so don't call him that. So he's obviously got roots but I can't tell you what those roots are. So Southampton had a massive chance to make it 3-1. Is that the let-off that Chelsea need to get back into the game? Cross comes in, it's cleared away. Thanks for the super chat by Sharath Kamath Fitness. What is Havertz? Exactly, what is Havertz? Cucurella. No, Sterling. Well, if he thinks that's a dive, he should book him. I'm depressed. No Love Island for the next 10 months, says Gary. Yeah, but Bake Off's got to be back soon. When's the Great British Bake Off back? Let me search for that. Oh, it could be a few weeks yet. It could be late September, apparently. I'll tell you what else is back soon. NFL. I think that starts in a couple of weeks, doesn't it? Watchalong for Newcastle, Liverpool. Yes, Flo. So tomorrow night it's Arsenal, Villa from 7:30. We'll also have the Newcastle, Liverpool game on and also be keeping an eye on Spurs, West. It depends on what game's best because at the moment I've got Fulham, Brighton on. That's got Fulham, Brighton on and Southampton, Chelsea. So, you know, flirt, seduce me. Other games I might watch you. Chelsea losing here though. This is not good for Chelsea. Pulling the shirt there by Mason Mount and Walker Peters. There'll be another goal in this game. It's funny for Chelsea though, isn't it? It's really weird. It's really interesting because Man United played Southampton at the weekend and then Chelsea play Southampton. Chelsea played Leicester at the weekend and then we play Leicester. And what are we learning? Southampton are better than Leicester? Well, we know that because they beat them a couple of weeks ago. Oh, here we go. Jorginho got a bit of a break. There's an injury for a Southampton player. He's pulled his hamstring. Havertz. Ziyech, and they blow the whistle because I think Salisu's pulled his hamstring or there's an offside. There was an offside. Still poor play by Havertz. Daniel says, I think people underestimated how good that 1-0 win was for United on Saturday. I believe United can finish in the top 4 this season. Yeah, well, the way things are going, Chelsea beat 10-man Leicester from 0-0 for an hour. And they're struggling tonight against Southampton. Tom says, would love to see you play a bit of pro clubs on FIFA, maybe even a bit of foot. Hi Mark, can you wish Duncan happy birthday? This is happy. Yeah, mate, I'm not stupid. That's the worst thing. Read it in the chat, the live chat of happy. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot to read that second name out after the first one. Have a horrible feeling that United will hand Leicester their first win, says Gerg. Well, no, that's what I'm trying to say, really. United and Southampton were quite equal. But if Southampton are beating Chelsea and Chelsea can beat Leicester, it shows you how bad Leicester probably are at the moment. Jack thinks Chelsea are going to finish in a low position this season. Chelsea will be top 6. The question is, at this moment in time, will they be top 4? I think United will beat Leicester comfortably, yeah. I'm looking forward to that Arsenal game. Are Chelsea and Wolves the 2 most boring teams in the league, says Wee Snooker. Ooh, getting called boring. I tell you what, I quite like that Tottenham. I quite like that Southampton top. There's not a lot you can do with red and white stripes, but that's not bad. They've had to make a sub here at the back. Aribo's come on. If I was Chelsea, I'd go and buy Zaha. I mean, the sad thing is that as a United fan, it's inevitable that Man City or Liverpool are going to win the league. If Man City win the league, they equal our record of 3 titles in a row. If Liverpool win it, they equal our record of 20 league titles. So I can't look beyond that. Chelsea need a striker. I mean, why you don't give Broha a chance, I don't know. $15 to go, Fulham, Brighton. Half an hour to go, Southampton, Chelsea. 15 minutes to go, Crystal Palace, Brentford. 1-0 to Crystal Palace there. Fantastic goal by Zaha. Just shows you the quality of the Premier League at the moment. Brighton are unbeaten and they've been fantastic, but Fulham could be getting a really good result here. Mark, what do you think of Basuna? Says Paul. I've been very impressed with him. I think he's another player they've got from Man City. Southampton seem to have a very good relationship with Man City, don't they? I mean, they're giving him money at the end of the day. Andre says, do I watch House of Dragons? If you like Game of Thrones, I would watch it. I think it's going to be a very good series. I'm enjoying it at the moment. The thing I don't like is one episode a week. I can't stand one episode a week. But then you'd just blitz through them, wouldn't you? So I was very lucky with Game of Thrones because I didn't start watching Game of Thrones till season 4. So the first 3 seasons I just went through them. Same with Walking Dead. I didn't watch it until it was already up and running. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. We've got 20,000 watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, you're all very welcome on That's Football. We will be doing the same again tomorrow night for the games tomorrow. But I've given up on Fantasy Premier League, by the way. Absolute shit show again. Rodrigo goes off with a broken arm. Mendy and Cucurella have conceded 2 goals. Tony's up front and done sod all. Just no fucking point. Yeah, I think the best one I ever watched series that I didn't have to wait each week for was the US Office. I didn't watch the US Office until it had finished. So I just and how many episodes of that were there? It took me ages to go through it. Be a tough game for Spurs tomorrow at West Ham. That's a lovely cross. Aspilicueta clears it for a corner. Casido's just come off for Brighton. FPL is a marathon, not a sprint, says FPL Fozzie. Thanks, pal. I did watch Line of Duty, yeah. Season 1 was filmed in Birmingham, where I used to work. Dylan says, you've helped my mental health so much. Thank you, Mark. Well, you know, you've helped mine as well. You know, not you personally, but collectively everybody, because I was talking about this the other day, actually. Corner for Southampton, and I'll come back to that. Corner for Southampton. Ward-Prowse, they scored from a corner before, so let's just see what happens here. Corner comes in from Ward-Prowse, it's good. It's headed away by Thiago Silva, good header, lovely header, and now Ziyech's got it. And I think Ward-Prowse gets booked for pulling him down. Yeah, I was talking about this to the wife the other day. I said, we were talking about the first COVID, when you weren't allowed out the house or anything. Joe Wicks, COVID I call it. Fucking getting up in the morning and he's dancing around in front of however many thousand people. But the last thing I felt like doing in COVID is dancing around with Joe Wicks. But yeah, I mean, we somehow kept the United stand going for 3 months when there was literally nothing to talk about, because there was nothing to talk about. So yeah, it was you people who tuned into the stuff over COVID that really helped me, because at times I was just like, what's the bloody point? And those FIFA career modes were just a godsend. I lived my life through those FIFA career modes, so thanks everybody. Watch Supernatural, it's the best series I've ever watched, says Strid. I've watched a couple of good series this year because I like westerns, and 1883, and that was 1 season, a very, very good self-contained story in the season. And then there was another one I watched, which was about a load of girls who were the main characters, really. And your man from Narcos was in it, and Jeff Bridges was in it. I can't remember what it was called. That was good. No, it wasn't Westworld. Someone will know it. Cobra Kai's coming out soon. Last Kingdom's good, yeah. Yellowstone's good. I like Yellowstone. Lovely Yellowstone. Episode 1, you'll go, I ain't watching this. And then from episode 2, it just gets really good. Ozark, I've watched it. Brilliant. Cross comes in. Oh, Havertz. He's the new Timo Werner. Cobra Kai, I think, is out. That Amazon bloody Lord of the Rings is out soon as well. I will watch it because I like Lord of the Rings, but... Friday Night Dinner, I've seen them. Very good, yeah. Stranger Things is the best series ever. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Right, no one in the chat's going to tell me what this other bloody thing was. Rings of Power is full of CGI. It's also got Lenny Henry in it. I mean, say what you want about Lenny Henry, but I don't think he's a good actor. He might surprise me. I grew up with Lenny Henry. Not literally, we didn't live in the same house. I mean, like, I grew up with his comedy sketches, and he just used to do that noise. I just found him very... It's a bit like Russ Abbott, really. Just crap comedy. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to find you this name of this Western series, because someone recommended it to me, and it was very, very good. But I never would have known about it. It's on, I think it's on Netflix. And it's called Godless. Godless, that's what it's called. Chelsea in down the right-hand side. He's done well here. Good play. Cross comes in. Doesn't get past Bella Kotchup. Okay. What's going wrong here? Chelsea are pushing with 20 minutes to go. Tell you what, Fulham are 7 minutes away from a very good win here, as are Palace at home to Brentford. Sheffield United are beating Reading 3-0. Bad night for Incy. Mark, watch The Sopranos and Mad Men. I can't believe that more people don't talk about these shows, says Sharath Math Fitness. Mark, I seen you on the Premier Inn advert with Lenny Henry, says Josh. I agree with whoever suggested Supernatural top quality series, says Chad. Mark, with Bournemouth axing Parker so soon and so publicly scrutinising him, do you think they have much of a good replacement of avoiding the drop? Well, the thing about Bournemouth is I've spent a lot of time at Burnley, living landlocked in North England, and I could do with a bit of sun. Imagine Dyche with a pier and the beach. It's a match made in heaven. So maybe Dyche could end up back there. We need Dyche back so I can get my sore throat back. I did like Breaking Bad. That was another series I watched right at the end and just watched it all the way through. What's Supernatural all about anyway? I'm going to have a look. God, there's 15 seasons. I'm not watching that. It's very well rated. It's a bit like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I used to love that. If I were Roma, I'd sign Tammy ASAP to a permanent deal. Chelsea will surely need his services. Is he on loan, Tamba? Blackbirds singing at the day of night. Fulham so close here to a very big win. What do you think is the best TV series ever? The Friends, The Office, Sopranos, House of Cards, The Wire, Mad Men, Breaking Bad. I haven't watched Better Call Saul. Ranieri's choosing the night combat experience over those with big names and no experience, kind of like picking Casemiro Varane over Scotty and Maguire. Oh, it's a Game of Thrones thing. I thought you were talking about Ranieri. Ranieri's choosing the night with combat experience over those with big names and no experience, kind of like picking Casemiro and Varane over Scotty and Maguire. There we go, says Sean O'Rourke. I see what you're talking about there. Well done to Fulham if they get this result, by the way. And look what it will do to the league table. That's as it stands league table. Look at it. It condenses it. Puts Fulham into 5th. I'll tell you what, Crystal Palace have had a hard start to the season as well. I think Crystal Palace, deceptive. Leeds have scored. Goal for Leeds. Doesn't matter because Rodrigo's not playing. But it's bad for Lampard. Band of Brothers was very good. Band of Brothers was very good. Very, very good. Very good. Substitution for Southampton. Peru comes off and Zenipro comes on. I just realised nobody even told me that the graphic has not been changing next to me. Yeah, Crystal Palace have had a very hard start to the season, haven't they? So Crystal Palace would have 5 points. But they've played Liverpool off the line. Oh! Bella Kotchup nearly got a goal there off the line by Thiago Silva. Let's have a GDS. Let's have a GDS. Bella Kotchup heads it. Yeah, it's not even close to the line. We don't need a GDS. Fulham Brighton game is a great game, says Jade. Yep, got it on. Gangs of London Season 2 is coming out, Ian. Lord of the Rings series will be the best of all time, says D-Bucks. I've just got a funny feeling Lord of the Rings might not be that good, but maybe that's a good thing. Homeland was great and underrated. I gave up on Homeland, Jodie. You know, after Kevin De Bruyne died. Son of Anarchy, I gave up on that as well. I tell you what, you might not have realised that about me, but I'm quite critical. I do moan about things, and I have walked. Had a terrible reputation on work nights out that I just wouldn't tell anyone I was going and get bored and walk out. And I do that with TV series as well. Sopranos walked after season 1. Sons of Anarchy walked after season 2. What was the other one I said? What was the other one I just said I walked out on? Walking Dead, walked on that, season 10. So I'll walk on it. I'll walk if I do. There was another one. Somebody just said one there. Oh yeah, Homeland walked. Brokeback Mountain wasn't a series. Apparently Brentford have equalised. That's a blow for Crystal Palace very late on here. I think it is a goal for Brentford. There was a bit of a talk about a VR or a VAR. Leeds goal, Sinestra, assisted by Aronson, 55th minute. Brentford goal, Wizza, assisted by Janelt. There you go. Is there to be a late goal between Brighton and Fulham? 6 minutes of added time. I did watch Lost. I walked on that. I couldn't get into. I mean, Lost for me. I was lost. Lost was one of the first big TV series, wasn't it? And it was like, oh, Lost is amazing. Watch Lost, and we watched it for about 2 seasons. I gave up on that. Prison Break, gave up on that. I don't know whether that's quite a unique thing, but I walk out on quite a lot of series. Sometimes it's just I find something else. The worst one I walked out on was Gomorrah. I loved Gomorrah, but I got to season 4 and a character I liked died, and I thought, I've seen this has happened before. Boardwalk Empire, that happened. I did finish Boardwalk Empire, but they killed somebody off on Boardwalk Empire, and I never liked it after that. So they killed somebody off in Gomorrah, and I was like, I won't ever like this again. So I just went on Wikipedia and read the last 2 seasons on there. Saved myself about 20 hours of TV and watched and read it in 10 minutes. Have you seen Curb Your Enthusiasm or Seinfeld? Absolutely hysterical. Almost gives the new All or Nothing a run for their money. Glazes out, says Sean O'Rourke. I don't really watch a lot of American comedies. Cheers, Frasers. I liked Friends. Josh says Boardwalk Empire is good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And Supernatural is awesome if you're a 12-year-old girl, says Josh. Do you follow Rugby Union, Mark? Cross comes in for Southampton, cleared away by Chelsea. Time is running out for Chelsea. Do you follow Rugby Union, Mark? And if so, what gives soccer the edge over rugby football, Connor? It's just my sport, Connor. It's what my family was into. Nobody in my family liked rugby. I've got into rugby and NFL, and I quite like cricket, and I actually quite like a lot of sport. I love snooker, but that's all down to me. Nobody in my family likes snooker or rugby or anything like that. It's football. Don't know what it's like in your family, but I'm quite into a lot of sport, but yeah, my family wasn't. I don't think I ever watched them watch anything else except football. You know, when you walk into the living room, there'd never be any rugby on or anything like that. Never. In fact, if they walked in the living room and I had rugby on, they'd go, "Get this off. What's this? This isn't football. They're not kicking it, they're throwing it. Get this off or I'll throw you out." Two minutes more for Fulham and they've got a big win. Who've Brighton got next? Bit of a blow for Brighton, this. Saturday or Sunday. They play Leicester on Sunday at home. Oh my God. Leicester. It's not looking good. Brendan Rodgers could be out of a job on Monday. Mark, I almost walked out on the US office after Michael Scott left. The show went downhill from there. I actually didn't. That's one series. You make a great point. When Michael Scott left the office, I was like, it never made me want to stop watching it. I still enjoyed it. And when he came back, I thought I was a bit like, who are you? We don't need you anymore. That's one series where I thought it wasn't ideal, but it worked okay. I've never bothered watching Vikings, Mel. Loads of people have recommended it. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Fulham have got this because they're actually on the attack. Chelsea, I can't see it. I just can't see it for Chelsea here at the moment. I don't know what they're going to do. What are you going to do? Father Ted's fantastic. Loved it. Look at the stats there. Quite an equal game for Chelsea. They've had lots of possession. Derek and Afterlife. I tried Derek. I wasn't mad about Derek, but I love Afterlife. I loved Extras and The Office. I like anything Ricky Gervais does, but Derek for me just was couldn't get it. In Between Us is fantastic. Chelsea, if they lose this, have lost away to Leeds and Southampton. Derry Girls is very good. I loved that, Rachel, yeah. Only Fools and Horses is probably one of my favourite things of all time. I still watch Only Fools. I was watching Only Fools and Horses season 5 a couple of weeks ago. I just watched the whole season over the space of a week. Timeless. Good play. Good cross. Cleared away by Southampton. Imagine not having 12 points after 4 games. Come on, you Gunners, says John. You won't have 15. I mean, you won't have 18 out of 18 on Sunday, mate. You're coming to Old Trafford. You're coming to our ass. Corner for Chelsea. Potter will be beaten for the first time this season. Fulham aren't going down, says Arno. They're doing well, Fulham. They're a lot better than I thought they were going to be. I mean, I don't want the 3 promoted teams to get relegated because it just makes it boring. That's the final whistle. Big win for Fulham. Let me go to a different game. Fulham beat Brighton 2-1 at home. We'll go to Everton. No, I want to watch the 100. I want to go Leeds, Everton. That works the way we'll go. Okay. Thanks for the super chat from Black Books. Dylan Moran was brilliant. Never got why he wasn't cast in other comedic roles, says Jameson. Norseman, amazing Norwegian parody Viking series, says Ronnie. Has anybody watched The Northmen, the film? Keep meaning to watch it. Gets mixed reviews. Apparently it's quite good. I think the guy who did the Lighthouse and The Witch wrote it. Oh God, those films are odd. Ted Lasso is a much watched, so funny in football, says Paul. I haven't got Apple TV. There's been a few things on Apple TV, but I'm not paying for Apple TV. I've already got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, and Paramount Plus. I'm not paying for another one. Vikings Valhalla I've watched. I enjoyed that. Top Boy's very good as well. Yeah, I've watched a lot of things. I do actually. Beyond sports, I like film and TV. Good interception by Koulibaly. They've got the ball out wide. Pulisic puts the cross in and cleared away. Southampton here are 10 minutes away. I don't mind not going out, Jack. I know it gets ridiculed, but I actually quite like not going out. I'd love a cameo in not going out. What do I watch on Disney Plus, Mark? There was a fantastic series about Tom Brady, which is one of the best. I put it up there with All or Nothing. It was great. Not All or Nothing. Last Dance. I can't remember what it's called. Man in the Arena with Tom Brady. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Mandalorian's on there. All the Star Wars stuff. Kenobi. Andor will be on there. Predator. You get some good stuff on Disney. Mainly it's for the kids, but you do get some good stuff on there. I've never watched Tenet. Do you watch Fake Taxi, says MSJ? Filth. Absolute filth. IT Crowd was good, yeah, watched all them. I can't believe Chelsea are going to lose this game as things stand, 2-1 to Southampton. I really think it's a brilliant win for Southampton. And they deserve it. One of my favourite films is, I think it's by the guy who wrote Yellowstone. Oh, what's the name of the film? It's got that Jeremy Rimmer in it, and there is some snow in it. Oh, what's it called? Very good film. Someone in the chat will know. You should watch The Americans, really good and on Disney Plus. Rich and spy family embedded in region era user USA. Great suspense. This is Angel and Soul. Thank you very much. Severance on Apple TV is really good. Won Emmys. This is Shaveen. Wind River, that's what it is, Connor. Wind River, brilliant. Really good film. Should I cash out my bet on Southampton as K2? No. Be brave. Stay to the end. What do you think about Koulibaly now that he's in the Prem? He was linked to United for ages, Jesus. I do think Koulibaly's a good player, and I think Thiago Silva's a good player, but I think as a centre-back pairing as a two, I don't necessarily think that's Chelsea's problem. It's not like you're scoring hatfuls of goals, is it? I personally think that the team is just disjointed. I don't think your midfield and your attack works. I have watched Peep Show. I enjoyed it. Bella Kotchup, best defender on the pitch again by a country mile. I'm going to tweet that. He's going to have a lot of players looking at. I'd keep an eye on him. If he keeps going the way he is, he's going to have a lot of big clubs looking at him very, very soon. Predictions on top four. I don't know what I said at the start of the season because I have to stick by my pre-season predictions, but what I would say at the moment is that Chelsea need to sort themselves out, and they need to sort themselves out very, very quickly. It's a good thing for United. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. We're live tomorrow night for the same games as well. Not the same games, but the same thing. Loads of games tomorrow night, so get involved. Cross comes in by Chelsea, cleared away by Southampton. We're about to hit the 90th minute here. Yeah, I think Chelsea have got to sort themselves out very, very quickly. What I'm noticing about the Premier League this season is that everyone's giving everyone a game. And yes, I think Liverpool and Man City are way better than everybody else. But if you're not Liverpool and Man City, you're going to get a game. Would you take Dest over Munier? Yes, I would, Farhan, because he's younger. Shout out, and I'm not bothered about age, but I just think Dest might have more gears to go through, whereas Munier, isn't Munier like 30 now? Shout out to my stepsister Amy. New film coming out at Christmas called Living. Keep up the good work. Living. Keep up the good work, Mark, says Samantha. Thanks, Samantha. Leeds 1-1 with Everton still. Brentford and Palace finished 1-1. Palace again with another bloody draw. 5 minutes added on here. They deserved the win. Southampton deserved the win. If you were still able to choose now, Timber or Martinez, who would you take? Zeus. I wouldn't turn my back on Martinez now. He's bled for me at United, you know. I think the more interesting question is, what would Ten Hag choose? And I think he wouldn't choose Timber anymore. Could we see Newcastle break into the top 5, says Shell. Big game for Liverpool tomorrow. You'd expect them to beat Newcastle, but Isaac could cause them some problems if he starts. Thoughts on House of Dragons, Mark? I'm enjoying it, VI. You should watch the film Necromantic or Salo 120, says Mister. Thank you. Thanks everyone who's tuned in by tonight as well. We hit 750,000 subscribers on the channel, which is amazing. So thanks for being part of the community. You're all welcome. Have you watched the new Jackass movie, Mark? Says Connor. No. I'll be honest with you, Connor. I haven't. Wasn't Bella Ketchup recommended by Rangnick? Always was impressed by him when watching him play for Bochum in the Bundesliga, says Steg. I didn't really know anything about him, mate. You know, I don't really pay a massive amount of attention to the Bundesliga. I didn't know much about this lad. I was very impressed with him against Man United at the weekend, and I'm very impressed with him again tonight. His issue is going to be consistency, but if he can keep this up form up, he will be playing for a top 6 club or for a top club in Europe in the next 12 months. Next summer he'll go for good money. He's got the lot. YK says shout out to his sister Amy for help with the film. 3 minutes to go. Big save by Pickford there. Could have been 2-1. Leeds. Terrible result for Chelsea, this. And deserved again. That's the thing. If you look, I've been in this position as a United fan a lot. And we might still be in this position a lot. But for Chelsea, they've already lost 2 games. 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw from your first 5 games. You wouldn't have looked at those fixtures and you'd have said, how? How are we losing 2 games? Everton away, Spurs at home, Leeds away, Leicester at home, Southampton away. Where are the losses coming from? Well, they have. Shout out to ER Laminate for all your hard woodworking needs, says Taylor Jones. Have you watched Trailer Park Boys on Netflix, says Codex? No. They've only got a minute and a half, Chelsea, here to get an equaliser. And shout out my stepsister Amy for getting a film in the upcoming movie. Help, I'm stuck in the dryer, says YK. I don't know whether these are jokes now. I have watched The Gentleman. It's a good film for you. Bamford and James about to come on for Leeds. Tuchel sending Mendy forward. My fantasy Premier League's in the mud again, by the way. Race between Rodgers and Lampard for who gets the sack first, do you think, says official? Well, I don't know, because a lot of Everton fans are quite happy with Lampard. So Chelsea still on the attack. Mount into the box. Still 30 seconds to go. Cucurella's got to chase this. He's all on his own. What's he going to do? He's going to judge the bounce right. Does well. Wins a free kick as well. Would you take Broher at United, Mark, says Brad? Flo says he's sending titles of porn videos, by the way. Good. The fact that I don't know them is fine for me. Hassan Holt shakes hands with Tuchel. It's a big loss for Chelsea. What is going on at Chelsea? It's crazy. It puts into perspective United's start to the season, because we beat them at the weekend, Southampton. But that is a big loss for Chelsea. A really big loss. 2-1 to Southampton from 1-0 down. There's no excuses for Chelsea there. It's a massive win for Chelsea, for Southampton, and well done to them. I do look tired. I am tired. Koulibaly's so tall and not winning every header, says Kaz. Thanks everyone for watching. We're back tomorrow night. I'm going to do a quick reaction to that Chelsea loss, and then that's going to be me. Thanks for tuning in tonight. It still will 1-1 between Leeds and Everton if you want to watch that. But thanks everyone who's got involved, and we'll be back tomorrow night for more Premier League action on That's Football. Take care everyone. Speak to you all in a bit.